introduce you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Chiefs, and it comes your way. Next.
After a long two-week build-up here in the Bay Area, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for football here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes steps away to his left. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go.
They'll try the middle with Garindo, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Marshall, the man in motion. Now Burrow. Rifling one complete into the hands of Marshall. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now it's Burrow. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the 49ers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Brown the motion man right. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. 7-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Mahomes going to throw. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. For Marshall, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
11. Let's get set.
Here's Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
In motion left here, Marshall. Burrow will throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Marshall. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. Give him 18 on the play.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around, hand it to the big fella, and let him get forward for a first down.
Burrow looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. That's Marshall. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
11 coming.
They'll send Marshall in motion left. From the 30 on 2nd down, Burrow. This one caught by Kittle. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now we give to the big fullback use check. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now receiver in motion left. On 2nd and goal, Burrow. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I'm one, right?
3rd and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl.
Here we go, here we go.
Marshall, the man in motion. 3rd and goal, Burrow. This is caught. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Jake Moody now on for the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's caught right side by Worthy. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Here's Mahomes to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
He finds his man complete. That's Marshall. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Gun.
In motion left here, Marshall. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And the slot man goes in motion left. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end, and now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, couldn't hold on, so plenty can still happen.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. He finds his man complete. That's Marshall. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Here is 3rd down and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Marshall. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the 49ers will extend their third quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for two here.
11 MT.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Yellow. My time. My time.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Tracy Walker there to break up the throw. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Niners offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
Ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Here we go.
They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go.
They'll send Marshall in motion left. Now it's Burrow. That's complete. Again, he's got Marshall. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down at a yard.
Gun. Gun.
Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. Second down and a yard.
Here we go.
Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. Now Burrow. Going back to Marshall. He's got him again. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 29-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Again, it's Burrow. Flush to his right. For Marshall, that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. Rifling one complete into the hands of Marshall. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Here we go.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Burrow looking to pass. He'll buy some time right. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And now here comes Kansas City. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. That is caught downfield. It's Worthy. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Xavier Worthy, 87 yards. And the Chiefs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Here's Guerrero on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From midfield now, Burrow eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Here's Burrow. Throwing right, and that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To the air again, Burrow. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Vaughn. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Again, it'll be Vaughn. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk punching it in from a yard away. And the 49ers are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Moody good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chiefs offense set to go. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Here we go.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Gun, gun. Gun.
And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
On the podium is Commissioner Goodell. He'll present the Lombardi Trophy to the San Francisco 49ers. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.